We're going to share our secret with you about how we stay so positive regardless of all the other negative influences that come into our life. So keep watching and we're going to get into this next question.
What's going on, everybody?
Love.Runs.Deep's in the building and we're back with another video for our second part of the Q&A. So we have 3 questions to answer that we did not get to last time, but I want to remind you guys that if you have not seen our part 1, I want to give you a cue card up here. So click on that video whenever you get a chance to watch our first part. We had a lot of great feedback with it. Thank you so much for all you all who shared your stories and supported that video, because honestly, it exceeded our expectations as a small channel.
It really did, you guys. That was such a fun video for us, and then seeing you guys' reactions and your comments to it just made us feel so much better about it. Yeah. But we did want to address 3 more questions that we weren't able to then because we didn't want the video to be too long. I'm going to do mine and I want you to end with yours.
Okay.
So my main 2 questions: what are some of the things that Dre has been doing to help rebuild her relationship with her mom? This is a tough one, you guys, because my mom is stubborn. Oh my gosh, now I know where I get my stubbornness from, but
it must be hereditary.
No, but I think she's even more stubborn than me, to be honest. Like, I am not as stubborn as she is. Basically, I've been trying to send her constant text messages, constant phone calls, just to let her know, kind of, you know, what I'm up to. Me going there last time, since the last trip that I've been there, has helped a lot. Because of course she's my mother, you know what I mean? Like, you can ignore me on text and phone call, but when I'm physically in front of you, you can't deny the love that's there, you know? So as far as like when I'm not down there, I just continuously call her. I text her, she doesn't answer. She'll text back, maybe one-worded responses like a yes or a no, but for me, that's still a win, baby steps. But we're getting there, slowly and steadily. I don't think we're quite there yet, but I think if I constantly keep sending her pictures of myself, telling her about my life and showing her how happy I am, that will make a difference, because at the end of the day, what does your mother really want? She just wants you to be happy, you know? So if we can show her that I'm genuinely happy, I think that's gonna help with the process of rebuilding my relationship with her. And then plus I want to continuously go down there more often to see her physically, because there's nothing as special as like physically being there for someone. So
absolutely, time together is very important, and with us being in St. Louis now instead of in Little Rock, Arkansas, it is a lot harder to have that connection, but she's definitely, I feel like she's doing the best job she can as far as reaching out to her mother consistently and trying to rebuild that connection. So, and
it's hard, you guys, because with, you know how life is, you guys do it. It is tough to balance everything, you know, your job, your relationships, your social life, like work. It's insane. But slowly and steadily we'll get there.
We have faith. We have faith.
We do. Faith is very big. You can never do anything in life without faith and keeping, you know, a strong heart. So next question: does Dre receive hate messages from her family members?
Oh, yeah.
You guys, I want to tell you one thing. I don't mind sharing my life with you, but as of right now, because I'm not on certain terms with my family, I have not. I'm just going to tell you, I have not. Alhamdulillah, I have not. My family is not like that. But I don't want to mention too much about them because I just feel like it's unfair to them, because you're hearing my side, you know, and they're not really a part of this quite yet. So I don't really, my immediate family, absolutely not. My extended family, no, but I just don't want to speak too much on their behalf or about them. I just, out of respect for them, if that's okay.
Makes sense.
It's still a touchy, sensitive topic, and I still haven't really spoken to certain people, so I'd rather not talk on that topic, if that's okay. But on a much more positive note, Leonard, our favorite question.
And honestly, this question here, this next question is so important, because honestly, we've received this question so many times, but we're going to share our secret with you about how we stay so positive regardless of all the other negative influences that come into our life. So keep watching and we're going to get into this next question. So the question overall, in a nutshell, oh, sorry, her phone locked me out. So her question, which came from Shika B. You shared so many hardships in life. So how do you both stay so positive about the future? I know I didn't get that verbatim, but that's the gist of it. So our secret basically comes from the Nazis. Did I get your attention now? I'm kidding, okay. I'm actually kind of serious, but I'm kidding at the same time. I'm gonna elaborate more. So one of the tools that the Nazis used to control Germany, to influence all those people to be on board with doing such a horrible crime, was to tell a lie, make that lie extremely big, Repeat it over and over and over again, and then people will believe it. So, I don't believe in the moral that tool was used, but this tool has been used by many other people as well for a positive reason, such as Holton Buggs. Who else mentions this? Zig Ziglar mentions this. It's mentioned in The Secret. It's mentioned in the book called Think and Grow Rich. But overall, we told ourselves a big lie about us being together. And honestly, at the time, it was a lie. Now it's true. But the key ingredient was that we believed it, okay? We wholeheartedly believe that we can make this work. And because of that, the positive emotion was evoked. And that positive emotion is what it takes to actually make that belief turn into reality. So overall, I hope that makes sense. And that's not to say that we're always happy. We're not always positive. We all have emotions that we go through on a daily basis. Just now, DeRay was pretty pissed off about some stuff that happened at work. And I had to reel her back in to think positively.
Like, literally no joke. Right before, I was super happy about the video, get a text from work, and it's just like, oh, and then Leonard's like, DeRay, you gotta be positive. It's the complete opposite of what we're about to talk about.
Yeah.
So it's hard though. It really is. And I'll tell you guys, I don't know if I've told you this before, but I literally feel like I brought Leonard into my own life because of, I don't see it as telling myself a lie. I see it more as like law of attraction, right? So when I was really young, I really believed in love. Like, I always wanted to have a really good relationship with whoever I was gonna have a relationship with. So every single night, you guys, no joke, I would go to bed and I would make up a dream of what I wanted my future to look like. You know, not necessarily what color or who the person was. It was more of the attributes, stuff that we did together, you know. I always saw us as being very entertaining. I always saw me and my partner as being wealthy. I always saw us being happy, adventurous.
And actually, to piggyback off of that, that brings a good point. DeRay painted all the time, and one of the paintings she actually made was of us on a waterfront pier dock kind of situation together with the dog. So we were like pretty much like this, sitting in front of the river or the water, whatever it was. I think it was like a lake.
Yeah.
Picture. But I saw that every day, and every time I saw that picture, it just gave me a good feeling about, you know, what we were doing and why we were working so hard and why we were going through all this conflict. So.
And I flashed it forward. I made the picture on purpose where we were old and just chilling on the dock, you know, with a little dog. Because like, that was like, to me, like, we're gonna get through this somehow, and we're going to, you know, one day when we retire and we're just relaxing, it's just gonna be us. And we're just gonna be reflecting on the water, talking about all that we've accomplished.
Yeah.
You know, what we overcame, you know, the kids that we had, like grandchildren, all that other stuff.
And honestly, I remember we used to stay up on the phone all the time, just dreaming about our future. And by doing that, that's what I meant by the repetition. We did that all the time. We knew exactly.
Still doing it.
Yeah, exactly. We knew that we would be here in front of this camera today telling you our story because we dreamt about doing these things, about sharing our story to be reached by hundreds of thousands of people and millions of people. So to us, this is no surprise, but when we have that...
Yet it is. It's like, it's not a surprise, but it's like when it does happen, it's just like, it kind of hits you. It's like, oh, I knew this was going to happen, but now it's happening, so like...
So quickly. And the thing that comes with being positive is also, if you can't trick yourself with repetition, you have to be grateful, okay? And the easiest way to change yourself from going from a negative perspective, from a negative personality, negative attitude to positive is by being grateful. And that's probably the biggest thing that we can give you to take away with, is because we are also very grateful people. We're grateful for you watching this video. We're grateful for the people we have in our lives that we can share our love with and our story with. We're grateful for the fact that we've made it this far. And because of that, I feel like...
Grateful to God above anything and everything.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people have a lot of different opinions about, you know, us having different religions and everything. But I truly believe in my heart that we would not have survived or made it this far if God did not have a hand in our relationship. There's literally no way, right? So many things could have gone wrong. Our secret could have got busted a long time ago.
Sure.
There's just so many factors that could have happened, you guys, that if God didn't want this relationship to happen, it would not have happened. You know what I mean? And something this genuine, this real, it cannot be against him, in my opinion. It really cannot. I believe God to be, I believe, when I think of God, I think of him more as a loving, forgiving being rather than a tyrant, I guess you could say, someone who's always punishing you. Of course, like, I believe religion to be a way of us to be righteous people, to be good people, to live our best versions of our lives and be the best people we can possibly be, but not to berate each other or disrespect each other, you know, or come in the way of true love.
Yeah.
You know, so I just want to put that out there too, because a lot of people.
We see the comments, we see everyone's response, and everyone has their own opinion.
I pick and choose who I'm going to respond to, and because I just don't feel like I've gotten these questions a lot, and I've clearly thought about these a lot. So, you know, when I get certain questions, I just choose to not respond to them because I know in my heart what I believe, and I don't feel like I have to justify myself to certain people, especially when a question is asked a certain way. If it's asked in a way of wanting to know is one thing, but when it's asked or when it's told in a way of judgment, completely will disregard it.
Or entitlement is another thing that we fill it out. One more thing I want to mention too is that beyond the whole brainwashing, beyond the belief, okay, and the gratefulness, those 3 tips I just gave you guys, one other thing that's very important is what we call limited association. Okay, so when it comes to positivity and when it comes to how we can remain so positive is because of our environment. And we are very mindful about who we spend our time with, because in all honesty, positivity is contagious. Negativity, unfortunately, is also very contagious, and it's probably even more contagious than positivity.
Yes.
So we are very careful about just keeping limited association with people who just don't get on board with the positive message and a positive mindset, because honestly, it can bring us down and it can bring anyone else down if you spend too much time with them. So we have a very small circle. We try to always be around people who are at the same frequency we are or higher. And I think it's important to mention that we do all these things not all the same time. We don't do them all at the best levels every day. We fluctuate, like I said, but we are always conscious about our decision, how we feel. If we feel ourselves getting negative or in an environment that we don't want to be in, we make adjustments, we change. And that's what we can do. That's the best we can do.
That's the best anybody can do, you guys. And that would be the best recommendation that we can even recommend you. Don't surround yourself around people who are negative, who will bring you down. You have to be around positivity. And I've mentioned it in my story last time. If you do find yourself being more negative, feed yourself with positive readings, podcasts, videos, anything on a daily basis. If you genuinely feel like you really need that, you have to feed it to yourself every single day. Otherwise, nothing will change.
Exactly.
So we're going to talk about resources that we use in a separate video. Whether it's books, videos, podcasts, all that stuff. So you guys can have links to exactly what we read, what we watch, in case you want to, you know, go along the same vibe and positivity journey as we are.
Yeah.
But until then,
let us know what you think about the video. If you were to take anything away from it, what do you think will be the biggest takeaway from what we just shared with you today? Or if you have recommendations, we would love to hear about how you all stay positive during tough times as well, because honestly, in this chat below, we all can grow, we all can learn from each other and have a great community. So we do appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as we did. But give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, and you have to remember, click that subscribe button with that post notification bell right there with us so you know when we are going to have our next upload and you don't miss it.
Absolutely. But anyways, you guys, we gotta run. I gotta run to work. So have a fantastic day. Love you guys.
Peace.